You come into the world the same way every Yautja does. Loud, violent, and already fighting. The birthing chamber smells of blood and hot metal. Your first breath isn't a gasp, it's a snarl. Around you, your littermates are already snapping at each other, already establishing a hierarchy that won't matter in 20 years. You don't care about the hierarchy. You care about the light, specifically the way it moves across the ceiling, the way the shadows shift when the ventilation cycles. You are 3 minutes old and you are already tracking. That's when the elders watching from the upper platform make their first note. Not about your size, not about your aggression, about your eyes. You grow up on a game-preserved planet where everything is trying to kill you, and that is considered a perfectly normal Tuesday. Your father is a blooded hunter with 17 skulls on his wall, and zero patience for weakness. Your mother has more confirmed kills than your entire school combined. Dinner conversations involve tactical debriefs. Bedtime stories are historical hunts passed down like scripture. You grow up understanding one thing above everything else. The universe does not owe you survival. You earn it or you don't. School isn't school, it's a gauntlet. Your instructors don't teach from data pads. They throw you into fog forests and timed obstacle courses where the obstacles hit back. You learn to read wind direction by the way leaves curl. You learn to measure distance by the delay between a sound and its echo. You fall constantly. You fail constantly. But you are built for this. Your skeletal structure is denser than most species' armor plating. Your muscles carry fast twitch fibers in ratios that would be illegal in any athletic competition across 12 star systems. When you hit the ground, you absorb it. When something hits you, it regrets it. You are not a weapon. You are the species that builds weapons and then becomes better than them. Your body develops in ways that take years to fully understand. You run hot. Your resting metabolism burns at a rate that would overheat a standard human in 40 minutes. You generate heat signatures that light up thermal scopes like a signal fire. Every prey species, every rival, every sensor array in a 5-mile radius knows exactly where you are. For a while, you think this is a flaw. Your quieter classmates mock you for it. They move through the training forest like shadows. You move through it like a controlled fire. Then your instructor tells you something that changes everything. Thermal visibility isn't a weakness. It's a declaration. You aren't hiding from the hunt. You are the hunt. Your heat output is the biological equivalent of a war banner. You walk into a room and every nervous system present, human, xenomorph, machine, registers you as an apex-level threat before you've moved a single muscle. The fear arrives before you do. That's not a malfunction. That's evolution doing its job. Your mask comes later. The day you are fitted for it is the day your world expands into dimensions you didn't know existed. Suddenly, you see heat trails left by prey that passed through 6 hours ago. You see through walls. You isolate a single heartbeat in a crowd of thousands. You overlay targeting systems that calculate trajectory, distance, wind compensation, and biological weak points simultaneously. What your bare eyes see is the surface of the world. What your mask sees is the machinery underneath it. You learn to switch between vision modes mid-movement without breaking stride. The first time you use it in a real tracking exercise, you find your target in 11 minutes. The previous record was 43. Your instructor doesn't congratulate you. He simply looks at you for a long moment and says nothing. You will understand later that silence from an elder is the highest available form of praise. Your weapons are not given to you. You earn each one individually. The wrist blades come first. You spend 3 months learning to deploy them without looking down. You spend another 3 learning to use them without killing when killing isn't the objective. The plasma caster comes after your first successful solo hunt. It sits on your shoulder like an extension of your spine. You learn to aim it with nothing but the movement of your head. You learn its heat signature, its sound, its recoil rhythm, until it stops feeling like equipment and starts feeling like instinct. Your weapons are not status symbols. They are vocabulary. Every hunter speaks through their loadout, and what yours says is simple. I came here to finish this. The code arrives the way all the most important things do. Not in a classroom, not from a lecture, from consequence. You are 19 cycles into your training when you watch a senior hunter break it. He targets an unarmed creature, a non-threatening, non-combatant prey species. He takes the skull anyway. He struts back to camp like he's earned something. That night, the elders strip him of his mask. They don't raise their voices. They don't need to. The silence in that room weighs more than any punishment in any other culture across the known galaxy. You understand the code from that moment not as a restriction, but as a definition. You do not hunt the weak. You do not hunt the unarmed. You do not hunt for convenience or cruelty. You hunt the dangerous, the strong, the ones that could kill you if you made a single error in judgment, because the point was never the skull on your wall. The point was always the standard you held yourself to while earning it. Any species can kill something smaller than itself. Only Yautja hunt things that can kill them back and consider it a fair exchange. That is not a rule. That is the entire philosophy. Your first blooding happens on a world with no name, only coordinates. The target is a creature that has wiped out 3 scouting parties. It is fast, adaptive, and it learns from engagement. Every hunter sent before you adapted their approach based on the last failure. It has seen every strategy in the playbook. You use none of them. You spend 2 days doing nothing but watching. Not tracking, watching. You memorize the creature's rhythms, when it accelerates, when it hesitates, where its confidence makes it careless. On the 3rd day, you do something no previous hunter attempted. You let it find you. You stand in an open clearing, unmasked, fully visible. It charges. You feel the ground shake beneath its approach, and you do not move. Not because you are unafraid, because you have already calculated the outcome, and you are comfortable with the margin. When it is close enough that you can see the reflection in its eyes, you move. The hunt ends in 11 seconds. You don't roar, you don't perform. You mark the kill in the traditional way, you take only what the code permits, and you stand alone in that clearing for a long moment breathing the foreign air of a nameless world. Somewhere across the stars, your father feels it. Not through any technology, just through blood. He knows you are blooded now. He says nothing when you return. He simply moves your skull from the youth side of the display wall to his own. That is the only ceremony that matters. You spend the rest of your life doing this, planet after planet, prey after prey, not for fame, not for an audience. The other species in the galaxy will spend their entire civilizations arguing about what the Yautja are. They will call you monsters. They will call you gods. They will build religions around your visits and tell their children stories about the demons that fall from the sky. They are all slightly wrong and all slightly right. You are not a monster. Monsters kill without criteria. You are not a god. Gods don't bleed. You are something the galaxy has a much harder time categorizing. You are a species that looked at the universe's most dangerous environments, its most lethal creatures, its most impossible challenges, and decided that was exactly where you wanted to spend your time. Not because you had to, because anything less wouldn't be worth calling a life. The hunt calls. It always calls. And you answer it the same way you answered everything, from your first breath in that birthing chamber to your last exhale on some world no map has ever named, without hesitation, without apology, with everything you have.